what we see, what kind of trends that we see in Europe, and maybe also some of the sources for the rising anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. Yes. So in the past 2 decades, we have seen a rise across Europe in all the anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. Statistics show that every year is a new record year for the hate crimes across Europe. If we look at Denmark as an example, from a statistical point of view, we see that we had 60 cases of religious-motivated hate crimes back in 2015. That number rose to 88 in 2016 and to 142 in 2017, and it's still on the rise. The same types of trend is seen across Europe, especially in Germany and especially in France. The increased hate crime is mainly driven by the rising popularity of far-right parties across Europe. So if you look at Denmark, we see that the Islamophobia has been driven by the Danish People Party, which was founded by Pia Kjærsgaard, which is also the Speaker of Parliament, which declared war on Islam back in 2001. We can also mention Hardline with Rasmus Paludan, or the New Right with Pernille Vermund, who have formed their identity solely around attacking Muslims. Now, if you look at the rising anti-Semitism, well, we can look at Germany. In Germany, they have the party called Institut for Germany, where they have actually used quite some time in downplaying the impact of the Holocaust. Or we can look at the Freedom Party of Austria, which was founded by a former member of the Nazi government. But don't worry, these parties also hate Muslims, not only Jews, so we are all included in the hate. Yes. But another driver of the rising anti-Semitism and the rising Islamophobia is also seen of some of the conflicts that we have in the Middle East. A historian for France's Jewish organizations named Marc Nobel says that the tensions that we see in Europe is essentially the Israeli-Palestinian conflict imported to Europe. Reality is that the Jews and Muslims have lived peacefully side by side for centuries. Let me remind you that the golden age of Jews was under the Islamic rule. And when Ferdinand and Isabella expelled the Jews, well, the Muslims were ready to take them in. Our religions have a lot in common. As Sheikh Yasser Qadhi once said, that we as Muslims agree with most of the halakha, which is known as the Jewish law. We cannot ignore the fact that Jews and Muslims are natural allies in the fight against racism. We might not agree on everything, but we should agree on fighting racism even if it comes from our own rows. Thank you.